Sham Masechta Tzumas Daf Tzadik Daled Omen Aleph. The Nishman give the Basavama Chaim Yitzchak. Get Chaim Yitzchak as Shimon ben Yitzchak. So the Heilige Mishnah. They say Chulin shekavshan and they say Truma. Olives of Chulin shekavshan. That's kivisha. Kivisha is to marinate it. Pashas we know that kavish kum bushel dami. And they say Truma. And the Mishnah here doesn't tell us what the halacha is. It says they say chulin shekavshan, they say truma. Stop short. Well, no, and what?
Akdama.
What's that akdama?
Yes, sir.
That what?
Coming up soon.
So to Pnei Moshe, k'derech shekavshan hazeisim b'mayim u'melech oy b'chaimetz, just like your kovish, your salt or your marinade. Zeisim b'mayim u'melech oy b'chaimetz, ukashe zeisei chulin heim ptsuyin. That goes weiter in the Mishnah, right? That's the next sentence. U'misakim heim boilos mizeisei truma af kishen shleimim. It's bilaya, even when it's a sholem. That's the way the next sentence. What steht weiter in the Mishnah? Zeise chulin shekavshan zeise truma. Petzuye chulin im petzuye truma. That's the second case. Petzuye means if it was open, it's not sholem. Chulin with open truma, or petzuye chulin im shleime truma. The chulin was open and the truma was closed. So it's poilet, and the chulin accepts it. Oy b'mei truma is also. These things are also. They said Moshe, Avo, like the Mishnah Vayter, shleimei chulin im petzuye truma is mutter. Shleimei chulin, the chulin was closed, so it's not belay anything. Even though the truma is petzua, it's poilet, but it doesn't accept it, so it's mutter. Visha chulin hashleimim aim boilim mehem. The chulin shleimim is the sholem. It's not belay. So the mafulda shekavshem zeise truma. There's zeisen the kavshem b'mayim melech ukashe zeise chulin petzuyim. Oh, he said when the zeise chulin petzuyim hang ksushim urusakim boilayim when it's opened up, so it's belaya. Mizeise truma from the zeise truma. After zeise truma hang shleimim. Even though the zeise truma is shleimim, but that's poilet. And Mela, so the chulin is open, it's cut open, so it's belaya. Af im kavshim b'mayim shenichshu b'hem zeisei trumasa. But the first case in the Mishnah, the chayre, is not mavur. So to that zeisei chulin shekavshin derech zeisin the kavshim b'mayim b'mela. The derech is to do it with mayim b'mela. Okay, and which it is. Now what? So to weiter, b'tzuye chulin b'tzuye truma, kloime, if I'm going to say the what? That the chulin is also, meaning it has truma in it, shenich b'shuvim zeise truma, zog the Mishnah, dafkim hoya zeisin shal chulin petzuyin. Only if the chulin, the zeisim of the chulin is petzuyin, it was cut, the boiling, then it's belaya, but not if it's gans, if it's sholem, it's not belaya. Kedisa b'gemore, in petzuyin the truma. Not only if the truma was petzua, so it's poilet, even if the zeise truma are sholem, it still is poilet. Not only zeisim with zeisim, the chulin shleimim b'mayim shlish b'hem zeise truma asur. Even though this, when it travels from one to another, it's a nice and tam l'v'gam, not the shvach. The moichel zeisim, the what you take out of the zayis, the moichel, the juice of the zayis, misakeh b'hem, v'hu ma, and it's bitter. Elishim is batel mariyisoy. It changes colors, machmas hamela, because now you marinate it into salt. The Gemara says it's still also, and more finish will say why it's also eyes noise and time the gam. Why is it also? So this kasha, this problem with the beginning of the Mishnah, the Rash brings it on the next Mishnah. The next Mishnah
הקדמה?
No, gosh, what was Pshat in the Mishnah? Push Pshat in the Mishnah. Yeah.
Misrakis, Rabbi Misrakis, Akdama. You don't like this pshat? I don't know why you don't like
I don't know what it means.
Akdama.
Well, I don't what? What's Akdama? Akdama is what?
Akdama is it? Buddha, semicolon.
What? Semicolon.
Semicolon.
Yeah. No, what's it mean?
Oh, it's a Mishnah.
What's it mean? What's state though? What's state?
The Mishnah, sure. Same Mishnah Bible also.
Yeah, but there's a chiluk. Rabbi says there's a chiluk.
Okay. Okay. Zog the, I'm reading the Rashi Mishans, yeah? Shekoshem Dag Torah. The next mission says like this. So take a look at the next mission. Dag Tomei Shekoshem Im Dag Torah. You have a fish that's Tomei, and you marinate it with a Dag Torah. Kol Garav Shu Mazik Sasayim Im Yesh Bo Mishka Solazuz Bihuda Shem Chomesh Shlaim Begilgul is Dag Tomei. So dort in the Rashi Mishans on that Mishnah. Mishnah Chaseda. Lo Pisha Imuta Imosa. Yerushalmי Tony. So the Gemara is going to say right on the next Mishnah. What's the chilik in the Dag Torah and the Dag Tova? Then he also says, Ukinyi Zeh, Roy Kosher, Masnisen Le'el Mashma, the B'Shleimei Chulin, Loi Boli. It's only when it's Pesua. If it's not Pesua, it's not open, it's not Beleya. Ubu Mavushal, in fact, that's Akash. You're talking about Kovash, right? Kovash Kumuvushal Domi. Kovash Kumuvushal Domi. So what's an Afkamina? By Kvisha, by Mavushal, is an Afkamina if it's Sholem, but it's not a Sholem. The only time we say it's an Afkamina is if it's open or closed, it's only when it's not Mavushal. And here we're talking Kovash, Kovash Kumuvushal Domi. Ubu Mavushal ain't Chilik, Ben Shleim Le'Petzuyin. Huh? Yeah, good, sharp, yeah. Walking Nami Bekovish, keeping the mighty Betomi Maluach with Torah Tofu, Lomali Kovshi, Kilo Kovshi Nami, Listik in the Kaiman Pei Kolabosa.
It's much cooler they give us cover.
What? He's asking what the whole din is only when it's not Kovish. Once it's Kovish Kumuvush Domi, so what's enough Kimina. As I fragt the Rash B'Shans. Then the door, the son, the door, Lady Yehuda. Lady Yehuda is in Madura Aleph.
Kovish Kumuvushal means that it has the same name as Bishop, or it come also like Bishop?
It has din a Bishop. Kovish has din a
That's
Bishop.
the same game, so if we don't find the difference between by Bishop, it would be Shvek.
Yeah. So there's a long Lady Yehuda, Tshuva and Lady Yehuda here. I just want to paraphrase a few main points over here.
Is the Rabbanan Kovish Kumuvushal, נכון?
No.
Kumuvushal is the Oraisa.
No, that's the Oraisa. No. This is in Tshuva Chovav. Achshav terem echalal ledaber etzayin laharchiv oida dibber k'tzaz b'dina kibish or kovish im b'chol advarim amin kovish kumuvushal eloi. We say this everywhere, all the different vegetables and all different foods. They're all not explaining this. The mashma the b'chol advarim hadin kei. Rashi say Yutei. Rashi learns. He says dafke b'choyim v'tzir. Has to be, or it has to be zaft. It has to be some kind of a juice, or it has to be a vinegar. Shai kovish. So the shai place can gamba ma'im shai kovish. All this whole no, just gonna have to mean everything. Avol. Be'ezim min sheyiyah shai kovish. Be'ezim min shelo yiyah shai kovish. Bezel mitzasi. No idea who the moed. Does this many times. Lo mitzasi lo b'rishonim v'lo b'achronim shum remes. In what which foods do we say kovish kumuvushal? Which vegetables and which we don't say? Rak sasmu deveim ki'ilu ein shum chilik. It's mashma from the older Rishonim, he says, and all the Achronim, that Kovish Kumuvushal is by everything. I don't think that's correct. We're going to see next Mishnah Yud, the Skasha, the Mishnah is the Trumas, the Shviz, the Sasi Adodi. So the ganze Zettel from the Tosis Yontiv. That's why here you do say, here you don't say Kovish. We got the Skasha, Loma, Bepukte, the Shmuel of Yochanan. So Mishnah Vaita, Yikovish Kumuvushal, Eloi, Loma, Loi Moisim, Mahani Mishnayis, Loi Al Shmuel of Yochanan. This is a little bit Vaita. V'nir Lefini is Daiti, Klal Advorim. This is a bomber from the Nadi Hayotzim Mishnah is the Shvius Trumas. From the Inzir Mishnah, this is one of the Mishnahs that he learned it out from our Mishnah here. She'ein teva kol haminim shova. Not everything is the same. V'yesh dvarim deboli upolti b'kibish. Some of them are beleya and poile b'kibish. V'yesh dvarim deloi boli upolti b'kibish. So typically, it's not all the same. Hakol lefi teva hadvarim sho yidua l'chacham of the Mishnah. The chacham of the Mishnah, they're the ones that know which is shayach kovish and which is not shayach kovish. Puk chaziv Mishnah Tzat Shvi is the Mishnah Zayin, the Ben Pish Sharash, she'shomen oisev ben adosa. Al kaponim, afilu ma'ashin nesa da kibish loin is by Mishnah nesa kuloi or kedei klipa. It's also not mefurish. B'zeh yotzel lonu shekibish kebavusha ein a klal l'chol advarim. It's not a klal all the zaken. Mishnah Yud Perek Yud, the Trumas discussion, Atos Yontav mi'oid bekama Mishnayis, and bekum kishosai mikoyach kibish kemavishul, uledi ha'konochen, the ganze kasha from the Atos Yontav, he says, in this way, dus kabish, and dus nishkan kabish. Okay, it makes enough committed, depends which vegetable you're and which vegetable is hak upon him. So here in our Mishnah, when it says over here, Zeisei chulin shekoshin, Zeisei trumah, what does he mean to say? He means to say over here we don't say kavish k'mavushal. Because if I would say kavish k'mavushal, you don't have to have shekavsha. If kavsha, might make it mavushal. And then shkan afkamina if it's petzua and not petzua. The Mishnah goes on to say it's an afkamina petzua and not petzua. Elamai zokte, where they say chulin shekavsha, they say truma. We don't say the halacha as kavish k'mavushal, and that's why. So what is the first sentence in the Mishnah coming to tell me? That's what I think. What he's saying over there is the first sentence comes to tell me that do zugat nishkan kavish k'mavushal. Because if we say here kavish k'mavushal, the whole Mishnah doesn't make sense because it's nishkan afkamina if it's petzua and not petzua. I don't find here. I might never go through the whole truth, but I think that's the main point. What the Nadi is bringing out here. I mean, main point. First, he says that kavish doesn't apply all over, but then he's also saying that in this Mishnah you don't say kavish k'mavushal. Not by zayis. By zayis you don't say kavish k'mavushal. Those are.
This was usual the first akdama.
Yeah, it's not akdama. Yeah, it's akdama. What's akdama?
But it's not mevushal dami.
Oh, that's true. Those are.
I remember in your day I learned sometimes the kavish k'mavushal is the rabban indicated, no?
No, I think kavish k'mavushal is nice. I think so. Yeah. But then he says here, no chazach though. So the Mishnah Shayna Betzua Chulin. Afagab the Kvar Shmina Chilik Zeh Ben Betzua LeSholim Bereish Pei Gabe Botzel. This halacha we learned it. El the El Ma'iri Shenosin HaBotzel Takabavushel. Which one went first? Which one went later? Zokte Do Azali. Kamashmal and Halacha. What's the chiddush in this Mishnah that we don't know for the previous Mishnah? The Kibush Einu Kavushel. Oh, he's saying also here you don't say Kavush Kavushel. The Mishnah is going on the same mahalach that not to be hooded. You don't say kavish k'mavushal over here. So you guys are different word. The truma ain't dina k'shar surim. Truma is not like other surim. V'loy mitzinu chilik zeh ben sholem v'chutach b'shar surim. The Nadi is saying, why don't you say kavish k'mavushal here? Because it's petzua not petzua. He said, because here you don't say kavish k'mavushal. Mishnah Shani is saying here because the Isa Truma is anders. When do we say there's an afkamina by kavish? When do we say kavish k'mavushal? Not by Truma. The Truma ain't dina k'shar surim. But let me see the chilik zeh ben sholem v'chutach b'shar surim. Only by Truma we find this. Only by Truma we find this nafkamina if it's azoy and azoy. Avi she'ena elo zeyu b'yama shkakol ban chazal. V'mshunahani nami mishunim mishar kol yisurim. Not because the tab is different. Because it's truma. In other words, if this would be truma, not only as zayis, the same halachas would apply. Als isif for truma is doadin. It's an afkamina if it's petzua and not petzua. What's an afkamina by say? In Yirushalmi go like the Nadi Yehuda, he's saying the mitzias of this is kavish k'mavushal, and you don't apply kavish k'mavushal over here by zayis. It's not all over. It's only by certain things, right? So maybe that's the pshat in the Mishnah. Good, but the Mishnah is saying it's not because it's a zayis that we don't say kavish k'mavushal. He's saying it's because it's truma, and when you have truma, then you don't say kavish k'mavushal. Why don't you say but truma kavish k'mavushal? What was it kavish k'mavushal truma? So Ken Zayin, I mean I've used this many times. It was
that he was a Rishon that said also by the bottles the churban of its shalom or mechudach it's a lematilu.
Yeah, okay, this guy's right. He's referring back to Bosel. So nafka it could be a boy side, just like we said over there yesterday, we said the other day that there's no shishim, right? I guess kasha is why there's no shishim by Truma, you showed the good from shishim. And the Zalbazachim, we thought that that's the Kol Yo's kasha, why didn't they say shishim? And what didn't Nami we say that what?
He said Kedusha, tell us what's Kedusha.
Oh, Kedusha. The Kedusha's Truma tells me that what? Shishim is not enough. You have to have Echad Meir. That's what, I looked up the Kol Yod Tag, that you have to have what? Echad Meir to be Matla. Without Echad Meir, it's not Mavatla. Why? Because the Kedusha is Truma. So within Nami, because of the Kedusha is Truma, in order the Kedusha Truma should be Chal, that doesn't go with Kovish Kumusha. That has to be Mamish, that it has to be Petzua, that a Belua goes one from the other. It's not Mazay, if it's marinated in the Zach alone, that's we don't apply the din of a Kovish Kumusha, that's the din of Kedushas Truma. I'm getting the face.
Interesting. This is the kasha.
What?
This is the kasha there.
Huh?
That's the kasha there. Ich meine, ich schon so. Bis da mit Chiluk. Viel kasha der Girse, schließt sich einfach Schulke.
Schulke. Okay, noch.
Schulke. It's vision not.
Kopshu, not the goose.
Yeah. And coming.
It's not his own.
The Rash.
The Rash.
And the Rosh.
Oh, the Rash could be Rash right there.